Okay, so my name is Angelo Welch Allen. This is the Connex integrated wall system, okay, which is a multi-parameter device that sits on the wall. What it also has is some of the basic tools that the physicians will be using to look into the eyes and the ears, so that's all built in with the otoscope and ophthalmoscope. The speculum dispenser holds the specs for the otoscope. Not sure if any of you will be using those tools, but those are built in. But what I'm sure you will be using is the blood pressure, temperature, and thermometry portion of this device. And that's kind of like where I'm going to start with this device. As you can see, it is touchscreen. So all the buttons that you'll need to press in order to function are using the touchscreen. And the way we break up the device is into quadrants here. So the top left-hand quadrant is the blood pressure quadrant, and you can see there's a start button right in that quadrant. That's how you start a single blood pressure. For those of you, I'm sure you all know the proper techniques on how to take an accurate blood pressure, but I'll review them with you quickly. You want to make sure that the patient is seated, not talking, not moving, that they're at rest. You want to make sure that you're using the right size cuff on a patient's bare arm. Okay, so we're in the dead of winter right now. Patient comes in with 3 layers of sweaters and a coat. Try not to put the cuff over all of them to get an accurate blood pressure. Have it right directly on the skin. Each cuff is, and again, you might be familiar with our sizing of the FlexiPort cuffs, but there is a range finder on each one. So when you put the cuff onto the patient's arm and the artery index marker falls within these 2 ranges, you know you have the right size cuff. If you are out underneath the mark, that's when you need to change to either a smaller or a larger size. And to change our cuffs is actually very unique and easy. There's this little FlexiPort here where you squeeze this off and it comes off here like this. Each cuff has the same exact port on it, and all you need to do is push it in until you hear it click. Now the cuff is changed. So if you have some other cuffs from the manual gauges, which I'm sure you're used to using, if they look and they have this port, they will work on this device. Make sense? Mm-hmm. Great. So, you'll notice after a while the screen will go black. That's just a sleep mode, if you will. I think after 60 seconds it will go black. All you need to do is touch it to wake it back up. I think after 2 hours of non-use, the machine actually does shut itself down. So in order to start that back up, you need to just press this button right here, which is the only physical button on this actual device here, is the power button. The device is always plugged in, as you can see right here, so it does have a backup battery, so if I did unplug this, you'll notice that it will continue to work in battery mode, but that will only give you about 4 hours of use. I would just always keep it plugged in, and you should be set to go. Before I kind of get into the blood pressure, let me kind of just run down the side of the device so it gives you an idea. This is just a compartment for extra supplies like speculum or throat covers, things like that. It's just extra space. There's no, nothing that actually goes in there other than that stuff. This is the shirt temp thermometer. So this is the one that goes under the tongue by the back teeth. This is also equipped with an ear thermometer. So today's day and age where you want to do less invasive temperatures.
I was going to tell everyone, please don't use the one that you put under the tongue.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be using that right now.
Right. There. So this one's less invasive. It's the thermoscan. So as you put the new tip on, you will wait for 3 little lines to come up. It kind of just goes into the ear like this. Press the button. Take about a second, and it'll give you a temperature there. You dock this back in. that temperature will come up into the screen here like this.
Does that say, oh, it's at 90, I thought it said 77, I was like, good lord.
90, yeah.
I was looking at the top one. So
gonna
what-
say,
do
are
we
you
have extra-
okay?
yeah, do you have extra, where do we have extra, does it come with extra covers? Because we've
there-
never
there-
had those.
There's a box, there's an extra cover, that box in here, which kind of goes in here like this.
And then you
So
push
one-
in, right?
Yeah, so you have to open the box up first. And peel it down like this. So this kind of goes in here like this.
You push in just.
So you eject the tip into the garbage by pressing that like that. And then you go to put a new one in, pushing in like that, and that next tip is on.
Okay, that's good.
We have to order more.
Yeah, I'll get the reference number there.
The device also measures in Celsius as well, so I don't know if you saw that or not, but the big display is in Fahrenheit. I'm not sure if you're a metric house or not, but it does both. One's just smaller than the other. And then finally, as I go down here, this is just the bin and the SpO2 holder. So the cuffs, when you're done with the taking blood pressures, kind of go into the bin here like this. And the device, the SpO2 sensor lives here. I'm going to say that again because a lot of times I come back to my customers and it doesn't make its way back here. Usually it's like, on here, something like that, or, just laying on the table like this. This is an expensive piece, this gets used a lot, so, make sure it goes back into its home. My wife is big at home about everything has its place in its home. Like the laundry doesn't go on the bathroom floor, it goes in the laundry basket.
That's the Marie Kondo way.
So this is the home for the SpO2 sensor. The reason why I wanted to go through that initially is because I've been going around to the other ones and, everything's just kind of like laid out, not really tied up and nice and tidy. But as you start seeing patients, you can't just have stuff laying on the exam table, right? So this is how it really should look at the end of every patient encounter is, everything put back into place, the cuffs in there, that sort of thing. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Cool.